Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 3rd of March 2023, and I want to give a bit of a talk today, kind of following on a little bit from yesterday's talk. But before that, I may not get a video on tomorrow because of this Milton Keynes event that I'm organising and attending. Hopefully I'll get a bit of footage of the event and be able to get that on probably late-ish tomorrow night, but no guarantees. But I'll be back on Sunday at some stage if I don't get on tomorrow. But anyway, let's get into what I want to talk about today. And this video that Marty from the Marty Bucko channel sent through to me that I was talking about yesterday, another point that is raised in that video, which I found very interesting, is almost no one who is doing evil actually thinks they're doing evil. In fact, they think they're doing good. And as one of the talkers in that film was saying, even Hitler thought he was doing good, believe it or not. That's what this guy was saying in this film. And yeah, I think that is actually the case. They do say, don't they, that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So that got me thinking, and I was just thinking, how do people get doing good so wrong? If these people are trying to do good, they've got good intentions, where do they go off the rails and end up doing evil? And indeed, you could go deeper than that and ask, what is even the difference between doing good and doing evil if you're trying to do good and then you end up doing evil? And that got me thinking, and this isn't definitive. I know I'm just an ordinary guy, so obviously my insights probably don't count for much, but this is just the way I think. And yeah, what's the difference between someone who wants to do good and actually does end up doing good, and someone who wants to do good or thinks they're doing good, but in fact they're actually doing evil? And I thought there's probably three things that differentiate. First of all, it's got to be coercion, hasn't it? And if you want to do good, you should just think of yourself as a guide, I think. So, you might think a certain course of action is the right way to go, is the good thing to do, and you can gently guide people, say, well, look, this is what I think, this is the good thing to do, this is the right thing to do, but then just leave it up to that individual you're talking about to then sort of follow your advice if they want to, and not follow it if they don't want to. And I think where a lot of people who think they're doing good go wrong is when they start trying to coerce others into following what they want them to do. And we've seen plenty of that over the last 3 years, haven't we? So you might say, well, I think it's a good thing to muzzle up, and that would certainly be my advice. Or someone might think it's a good thing to get a certain thing in the arm, and I think that's the good thing to do, the right thing to do. But again, it's totally down to you, down to your choice. And where these good intentions turn to evil is when they start trying to mandate things like that, when they try and impose their will on you, and when they try to force you to do things that you don't want to do. And I think it's very dangerous, really, because people who think they're acting for good can be the most hardened sort of people into tyranny, I suppose. The most tyrannical people is what I'm trying to say. And they're so fanatical because they honestly think they are doing their best for humanity and for the good of humanity. And that is, of course, how they try to justify mandating certain things onto people and forcing people to do things, because they're just so convinced they're doing good that's what they end up doing. But I think that's a sure sign that you're going down the road of evil if you are trying to coerce people to follow what you think is the good thing to do. The second thing is kind of what I was talking about yesterday, sort of open-mindedness versus being closed-minded. A truly good person, I think, is open-minded, and if what they think previously is a good course of action, and they're taking that and it's pointed out to them that actually no, you're starting to go down a bad route here. I think that's the case because of reason A and reason B. If that person can sort of take that on board and sort of think, yeah, actually, you've got a point, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, that, I think, is the sign of a truly good person, if they've got that agility and that kind of humility to be able to recognise when they're going wrong, straying off the path, as it were, and can make adjustments and corrections. And that compares to an evil person who thinks they're doing good because they just won't alter course. They think they're on the path of good, they're utterly convinced of it, you can never change their mind, and they carry on going further and further down the road to evil. So that's the second one. And then the third sort of thing that you can tell that people who think they're doing good are actually doing evil, of course, is the whole corruption thing, isn't it? So if someone is taking huge amounts of money, or even small amounts of money, I suppose, from certain entities, that is a sure sign that you're not really going down the right path, I don't think. Of course, I'm sure these people justify it. They probably sort of think, well, okay, maybe it's a bit corrupt that I'm taking money off of this organisation, but I firmly believe that this organisation has a good product and that they're doing the right thing. And if I can help them do that right thing and promote that great product, and I can make a little bit of money from it as well, it's all to the good. And I'm sure that's kind of how these people think. So that is just a little talk on how I think people who start off trying to do good actually get it so badly wrong. And there's 3 reasons which I've illustrated there, and I don't know what you think. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if you think I've missed anything out on there. But yeah, the question I'd ask you is the first one I asked at the start of this video: why do people who want to do good and think they're doing good get it so badly wrong sometimes? And with that thought, I'll leave it. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.